What's up, my friend? Mike Robertson here, and today I want to talk to you about the extended warm-up. Now, this may not be the sexiest topic that I ever go on camera to talk about, but it's something that I think can be very valuable, especially to the Gen Pop clients and some of the fat loss clients that you may be working with. Because the fact of the matter is, maybe they're not high-level athletes, but they need to find ways to move and feel more athletically in their workout, so this is a surefire way for you to do that. So there's a couple benefits to the extended warm-up. Number one, obviously it extends the warm-up. So if you work with an older population or a group that maybe takes longer to warm up, if you're in a cold climate, definitely take a little bit of extra time to warm them up and make sure their tissues in their body are prepped for the training session at hand. Number two, it increases work capacity. Now, I don't know about you, but in my time with the Gen Pop clients and with the fat loss clients, their work capacity is typically very low. So if I just kill them with a ton of glycolytic work, either at the start or into their session, you're putting them, destroying them right off the bat. It's not gonna work, and they're not gonna enjoy the session. So if you find these more fluid, relaxed, low intensity ways to increase work capacity, chances are they're gonna enjoy it more, and they're gonna sustain their workout for a longer period of time. Last but not least, it's gonna prep them for what I would call R4. Now, if you're familiar with the R7 kind of layout or structure for program design, R4 is generally like our power, our explosive work. But that's not always gonna be the case. Again, if you're training a fat loss client or a Gen Pop client, power may not be at the forefront of their training goals, but it's a way to transition them into more powerful and more explosive potential exercises down the line. So you're probably thinking, okay, how would I set up my session to support this? So again, if you're using that R7 section, right, we got R1, we've got our release. So that's your foam rolling, your soft tissue work, anything that you're gonna do to just kind of get them loosened up. R2 is your resets. Okay, so this could be breathing exercises, correctives, activation, whatever you want to call it. I'm cool with all of it. Just make sure you're doing something to try and optimize their alignment before they walk in and they start loading their system. R3 is your readiness. So that is just your general movement prep. Whatever you're doing there, it could be flexibility, mobility, stretching. Again, whatever works for you works for me. But R4 is where I would typically do the extended warm-up, right? Because R5 is your resistance, that's your lift. So when we get into R4, now the question becomes, okay, what do I do here? And again, you have a lot of options. That's the great thing. Depending on what you have access to in your gym, this could be sled dragging. It could be prowler pushes. It could be battling ropes. It could be medicine ball throws. There are so many options out there, but what I would implore you to do is think of low intensity methods that you're trying to sustain for a long period of time. This is not about max effort box jumps, seeing how hard you can throw a medicine ball. Again, kind of the gauge that I would use is it needs to be fluid and relaxed. It needs to be something that you could do for 5, 10, maybe even upwards of 15 minutes in this fluid and relaxed state where you're elevating their core temperature, where you're getting their heart rate up, you're training them in all these functional movements and methods, but without beating them up or tearing them down. So if you guys work with Gen Pop fat loss clients and you want to get more out of their sessions, try using the extended warm-up. It's a great way to get them moving, build work capacity, and get them prepped for higher intensity sessions in the future.